Coming up, a plea for help from one Wayne County family after their daughter's support dog was stolen. And as concerns over the new Omicron variant grow, one local school district is working to get more students vaccinated.
If you thought November was a weather roller coaster, well, let's just say we haven't gotten off the ride just yet. I'll have the latest coming up right now at 6.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
A Southern Kentucky family says someone has taken much more than their pet. The Wayne County family says their beloved dog Oakley was stolen yesterday morning. It's devastating to them because the family says the dog is their emotional support animal that helps with their daughter's health condition. The sheriff's office is investigating. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to the family about their loss and has more.
Puppy is Mom's tick.
The Gregorys love their pets. They're not just dogs, they're members of the family.
We bought presents for them. Their presents are under the tree. We have their stockings up. I mean, I don't know how we could love them anymore.
But one is missing, Oakley, who quickly became Cheyenne's emotional support animal.
Cheyenne has a medical condition called POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and she is just her emotional support dog.
But Tuesday morning, after the dog slipped through the gate, she never returned. They're certain that she was stolen because neighbors have had issues with people trying to take their beagles.
In our neighborhood, like 3 theft attempts in the last 2 weeks for, our neighbors' animals.
Sheriff Tim Catron says his office is investigating. They are looking into these reports that the dog was stolen, but he says so far they have few leads to follow on. Some might say that she's just a dog, but the Gregorys say life is not the same without her.
Cheyenne, she got in such a bad shape last night. She's like, Mom, I think I'm going to have a stroke. Her heart rate went to over 200. We've none ate, we've none slept.
They're not interested in pursuing legal charges.
No questions asked. We just want her back.
In Wayne County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Anyone with information can contact the owner at 606-575-0079 anonymously on how to make the return. The family says they are also working to come up with a reward for Oakley's safe return. Breathitt County is mourning the death of a long-serving magistrate. Breathitt County Judge Executive Jeff Noble told us that Roy Darrell Harold died Wednesday morning at Pikeville Medical Center from health complications. Harold was 63 years old. He was in his 3rd term serving District 2. Funeral arrangements have not yet been announced. People in one city now have access to something officials say is the first of its kind in their area, a public charging station for electric cars. The station is located in the parking lot of the Hampton Inn on US 27 in Somerset. Tim Kelly, the manager of the hotel, applied for and received a mini grant from the Somerset-Pulaski Economic Development Authority, or SPEDA, to help complete the project. The charger primarily serves Tesla cars, but is fitted with an adapter for many other brands. SPEDA provided $2,500 for the station itself and another $2,500 for marketing and advertising services.
We've seen plenty of clouds in the region today. What we haven't seen a ton of is showers. However, those will still remain possible as we head through the overnight hours. Time-lapse camera from I-75 in London. We did see mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. Brief moments where we saw a little bit of sunshine, including where it counted right at the end of the day, right as that sun was setting, turning those dark clouds a bright pink and red out there for a short period of time. If you have any of those sunset pictures out there, we'd love to see them. Send them our way on Facebook and Twitter, and of course using the WYMT weather app. Temperatures out there remaining mild. A lot of us in the middle and even upper 50s, a few low 60s out there. Monticello's cooled down a little bit, but Somerset still sits at 61. You see the last of those showers, or at least some of those showers, pushing into West Virginia and Southwest Virginia, but we're not quite done yet. We're waiting that last band to move through. It's currently crossing I-65, so keep that WYMT weather app handy tonight because we're not finished with the rain chances just yet. However, we will continue to see the mild temperatures, and I'll have those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Breathitt County Schools is hosting a COVID-19 vaccine clinic tomorrow. This is the second one the system has held. WYMT's Dakota Makers met with school and healthcare employees about how these clinics benefit students.
Breathitt County Schools is hosting its second COVID-19 vaccine clinic on Thursday, making sure students who want a vaccine can get one.
The largest reason behind our sponsoring, in collaboration with Wild Health Incorporated, this vaccine clinic is to promote accessibility to the vaccine should folks want to take it.
Saying their goal is to ensure students and staff are able to stay in the classroom.
We provided non-traditional instruction for a portion of last year, and as we come out of this pandemic, we see the impact that had, and we continue to see that.
The clinic is focusing on 5 to 11-year-old students, but is available to any student who is eligible. They are optimistic after good turnout at the first vaccine clinic they held in November.
Weeks ago, we had a vaccine clinic and we vaccinated like 40, I think, children and adults that came to get a vaccine.
Saying a COVID vaccine for a child is a crucial part of keeping kids healthy during this pandemic.
Children who unfortunately become infected with COVID have a potential for short and long-term health complications, and they could go home and potentially affect like other siblings, especially like younger siblings who aren't allowed to get a vaccine right now.
Healthcare experts say the CDC is recommending everyone 5 years and older get fully vaccinated or to get a booster if eligible. In Breathitt County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
The clinic will be held tomorrow from 3:30 to 7:30 p.m. in the lobby of Breathitt County High School. The first flu cases of the season are already being reported, this coming as the COVID-19 case count ticks up and the new Omicron variant raises more concerns over a potential twindemic. Health experts are celebrating the season of giving vaccines and immunity, not illness. But with calendars booked full of holiday parties, some are concerned about contagious viruses spreading after flu cases plummeted last year.
This time last year, there was a mask mandate in place. It protected themselves and it protected others, not only from COVID-19, but your other typical winter illnesses. It's safe to go to these events, but with cautions in place.
Governor Beshear says his administration is watching Omicron. Experts say holiday mingling can be safe if done with caution and encourage people to get vaccinated against both COVID and the flu. When it seems like we are getting out of the woods in terms of COVID-19, a new variant emerges. With so many people who have been mentally affected by the pandemic, will this new variant worsen things? WYMT's Alyssa Williams spoke with healthcare workers on how this new Omicron variant can impact mental health and what we can do to combat any negative effects.
Doctors are once again talking about pandemic fatigue, the phrase used to describe feelings of anxiety or despair many may be experiencing as the pandemic continues.
It is very important that we keep mental health concerns at the forefront here during this pandemic, in addition to our physical health.
With the new COVID-19 variant, Omicron, many are wondering if this pandemic fatigue will worsen.
Many of the things that we do to protect us physically, the social distancing, avoiding mass gatherings, they have a negative impact on our mental well-being.
Public Health Director for the Kentucky River District Health Department, Scott Lockard, says even if we see physical isolation starting to pick up, it's important to not isolate ourselves socially.
So if you are having to quarantine, if you're having to isolate, still engage, pick up a telephone, phone a friend, FaceTime, video chat, do some different things.
And if you feel overwhelmed or anxious about the new variant and everything related to COVID-19, Lockard says it's best to acknowledge these emotions.
We feel guilty that we're having these feelings and we're stressed out, but we should feel that it's okay to say, hey, I'm just mentally not able to deal with this today. I need to take a step back and do those things to keep ourselves mentally healthy.
Helping to normalize the mental health struggles associated with COVID-19. Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Public Health Director for the Kentucky River District Health Department, Scott Lockard, says it is important to be mindful of ourselves, our friends, and our families during this time. And if you or someone you know is struggling with mental health related issues, there is no shame in reaching out for help. The new Rural Hospital Loan Program, which started in September, is already helping improve healthcare access in areas that need it the most. Governor Andy Beshear announced the Pineville Community Health Center would be getting a $1 million loan through the program. It will be the first medical center to get the funding. The Rural Hospital Loan Program will be making $20 million in low-interest loans available to health centers and hospitals around the state. Appalachian Regional Healthcare has wrapped up its purchase of Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center in Johnson County. The announcement of the purchase was first made back in September. Rocky Massey, who has served as community CEO for ARH hospitals in West Virginia and has been heavily involved in the acquisition team for the purchase of Paul B. Hall, has stepped into the role as interim community CEO for Paintsville ARH Hospital. ARH President and CEO Holly Phillips said in a statement that, quote, as a member of the ARH system, the hospital will benefit from the collective stability and strength of our multi-hospital system while continuing to provide the exceptional level of care for which it has consistently been recognized over the years. The 41st annual Tri-City Empty Stocking Fund auction kicked off Tuesday night. The annual auction raises money to pass out food boxes and toys to families in the area. For the auction, people donate stocking stuffers, gift cards to local restaurants, unique handmade items like clothing, home goods, baked goods, and much more. People interested will find the virtual event on Facebook Live from 7 until 10 p.m. tonight and Thursday.
Coming up, watching showers wrap up out there. We've got drier weather on the way, but for how long? Those details are on the way.
And the Thankful Hearts Food Pantry in Pikeville is holding its 20th Christmas giveaway at the YMCA this weekend.